back and back. We are right here on Radio Azad. You're listening to the Sports Spotlight with your host, Rizwan. Every Sunday morning between 10 a.m. and noon, we are here. And boy, oh boy, what a day it is. Let's wrap up. Well, I mean, it's not quite a wrap yet, but let's talk about what is happening over at the in Doha with the Asia Cup Rising Stars finals match happening. So the aforementioned Sufyan Muqim, after the first two overs, only one wicket but 3 runs given up, comes in with Bangladesh at 53 for 5 in the 11th over. On the first delivery, he cleans up, absolutely just cleans up Rahman Rabbi, bowls him out. Let's see. It was a wrong one that lands on off, and he got it to spin back very, very sharply into the batter, and the batter just had no hope, had no chance, did not read it well at all, and is completely beaten. And I mean, it was just it looked bad. He was completely fooled on that delivery by Sufyan Muqim. The new bowler comes in, Amritanjoy Chaudhary, and after a dot ball on the third delivery, he was gone. Yeah, another wrong one, and another just absolutely fooling the batter. Did not see it, did not read it. Two deliveries, zero duck for Chaudhary. He's gone. Sufyan Muqim has two more wickets in this one. He did give up a 4 to Rakib Al Hassan on the last delivery of his over. So instead of a 2-wicket maiden, it ended up being a 2-wicket 4-run over. But still, the two important wickets collected by Sufyan Muqim, who is now at 3 overs, 7 runs given up, and 3 wickets. And Bangladesh kind of on their last legs. You know, the required run rate is only at 8. By the way, Saad Masood has come in with 2 dots and 1 run given up on the first 3 deliveries of the 12th over. So the required run rate is only at 8. The current run rate has only fallen down to 5.04. So Bangladesh still needs 68 off of 51, which is not out of the realm of possibility, can be done, but it's starting to look more and more dicey. It can be done because they're still only in the 12th over. And here we go. Rakib Al Hassan hits another 4. Bangladesh now up to 62 off of for a loss of 7. And that required run rate has dropped now to 7.68. So, yeah, it can be done, but it's looking dicier by the moment. And really, Pakistan's going to need Sufyan Muqim to come in for his 4th over in that next one before these batters can really get established. They need to take at least one of these wickets here of where are we? Rakib Al Hassan and SM Mehrob, who are batting right now. So something needs to happen here. Bangladesh is now at 68. Yeah, Rakib Al Hassan just hit Saad Masood. After that 4, he hits him for a big 6. At 68 for a loss of 7, all of a sudden the required run rate is all the way down to 7.1, and things looking dicey. All right. Well, we'll come back to that. Try to see if there's anything remaining on the. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the tri-series. Okay, so first, let's talk about the Here we go. Pakistan, Sri Lanka. After the after the domination, after the win over South Africa, Pakistan was hosting Sri Lanka, and in this one, it kind of concluded. I think we talked a little bit about it last week. Pakistan won the first one, first ODI, 299 to 293, a tight one that they hung on to beat Sri Lanka. In the second one, they kind of dominated, but it took I mean, the Sri Lanka scored 288, and I believe this was last Friday. Yeah, I think it was last Friday where Pakistan scored 289 in the 49th over to hit their target of 289 after giving up 288 to Sri Lanka. But it was dominated not necessarily in the number of overs or deliveries, but in the number of wickets, because Pakistan chased down 288 with a loss of only 2 wickets. So they won by 8 wickets with 10 balls remaining. And in that third one, completing the whitewashing, Pakistan limited Sri Lanka to 211 and then scored 215 off of only loss of 4 wickets and winning that one 3-0. That led into the where do we go? Here we go. That led into the tri-series between Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Zimbabwe with these T20I matches. All right, so that has happened since you and I were together here on Radio Azad, where your voice matters. Pakistan beat Zimbabwe in a tighter than it should have been match. Zimbabwe scored 147, and Pakistan kind of scuffled through their side, got all the way to the 20th over, lost 5 wickets, but in the end, Pakistan wins by 5 wickets with 4 deliveries remaining, scoring 151 and catching that target that they needed to. The second match was between Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka on Thursday, and Zimbabwe absolutely destroyed Sri Lanka, which was a bit of a surprise. They scored 62 at a loss of 8, and then got Sri Lanka all out at only 95 with a target of 163. They were able to get them all done, getting the last out on the last delivery and winning, holding Sri Lanka to under 100, holding them to 95 after putting up 162. That was pretty dominating. And what more can you say about the captain, Sikandar Raza? Man, what an all-rounder. He's a Mr. Everything for Zimbabwe. He, in this one, almost got himself a half century, scored 47 off of 32 with 3 fours, 2 sixes, and then with the ball, 4 overs, 23 runs, economy of 5.75, and 1 wicket. He just match after match after match. This is what this guy does. He is, as I said, Mr. Everything for Zimbabwe. All right. Well, Pakistan just beat Zimbabwe and beat them fairly handily. We're going to get to that in a minute. But before that, yesterday, so Pakistan just had back-to-back matches. Yesterday, they beat Sri Lanka in the third match after limiting them to 128 for a loss of 7. After 20, Pakistan was able to catch them in the 16th over. By the way, with the ball in this one, Mohammad Nawaz. Speaking of, what more can you say? Mohammad Nawaz and what he's been doing for the last 7 or 8 months is just absolute domination. Absolute domination. And in this one, no exception. 4 overs, 16 runs, 3 wickets, 4.00 economy, and just you know, uh, what do you when you're limited to 128 runs, even a Pakistan's batting isn't they're not known for their batting prowess, right? They're known for their bowling prowess, and limiting them to 128 sets the stage up really well for your batters. And Sahibzada Farhan absolutely took advantage of that in that match yesterday, scoring 80 off of 45 deliveries, 177.7 strike rate with six fours, five sixes, just absolute domination. Saim Ayub looked like he was on a good track until he was stumped out on a loose swing. And, you know, so Saim Ayub is starting to come a little bit out of his funk with the bat. But man, Saim, you gotta have match awareness. You gotta have your just field awareness, right? He swings at a ball, misses, and doesn't know where the ball. The swing did not he did not step out of the crease to take a swing. His back foot was in the crease. He completes the swing and just takes off the foot, thinking that the ball is further back than it is. The keeper was right up on the stumps, catches the ball, same lifts his foot, and the keeper quickly strikes and takes off the bails, and he's gone. That can't happen. That can't happen, especially when you've gotten up to a really good start, right, between Sahibzada Farhan and Saim Ayub. You can't do that, Saim Ayub. So on the last delivery of the fifth over, after a good partnership of 47 runs, Saim Ayub gives away the wicket, and Pakistan was 47 with a loss of a single wicket. Babar Azam comes in, and Babar, kudos to him. He was struggling a little bit, but he did a great job of rotating the strike, giving the strike back to Sahibzada Farhan, because Sahibzada Farhan was on this day. And kudos to Babar Azam for playing complementary cricket. He did get bowled out by Chamira on a bad delivery, but at that point, the game was in hand. Pakistan was at 116 in the 14th over. Sahibzada Farhan had hit a couple of big shots. Babar himself had hit a big six, and he was trying to finish it off in style, went for a swing that he probably should not have, and gave away his wicket on the at 116 for the second wicket. And Salman Agha, the captain, comes in. Chamira ends up bowling out Babar Azam and then trapping Salman Agha on the first delivery. He was on a hat trick, did not complete a hat trick, Chamira, and Pakistan wins it easily. Usman Khan came in, and again, playing complementary cricket, just giving the strike back to Sahibzada Farhan, and Sahibzada Farhan was just absolutely mauling. He was mauling. Pakistan wins this one in the 16th over, 131 at a loss of only 3, winning by 7 wickets with 27 deliveries remaining. And then today, they turned around. They had to play Zimbabwe. And yeah, I mean, confidence can do great things, man. It really can. That match just concluded a little while ago, and Pakistan wins this one by 69 runs, putting up 195 at a loss of 5. And again, Sahibzada Farhan. And again, Saim Ayub, good start, 2 big sixes, but then was done at 13 off of 8, but didn't matter. Babar Azam came in, and Babar Azam was not giving away cheap wickets on this day. Ended up being the leading scorer, 74 off of 52 deliveries, strike rate of 142, 7 fours, 2 sixes. Sahibzada Farhan as the attacking opener, 63 off of 41 for a strike rate of 153. With 4 fours and 3 sixes. And between those two, they basically just carried Pakistan. Saim Ayub fell in the 3rd over, and at that point, Pakistan was already 29 for 1. The next wicket, when Sahibzada Farhan fell in the 16th over, Pakistan was 132 for 2. Fahim Ashraf, Babar was still on. Fahim Ashraf fell in the 17th over, and Pakistan was 144 for three. Babar Azam fell in the 18th over. On the fourth delivery of the 18th over, Babar Azam fell, and at that point, Pakistan was 163 for four. And Muhammad Nawaz, man. Muhammad Nawaz was the next wicket to fall. We'll get to Muhammad Nawaz in a second. Um, he fell on the second delivery of the 19th over. Second delivery of the 19th over. Pakistan was 167 for five, and then came in Salman Agha and Fakhr Zaman. Salman Agha only faced two balls because Fakhr Zaman was dealing. Man, he was dealing today. Fakhr Zaman ended up scoring 27 not out off of 10 deliveries with 1 4 and 3 sixes, carrying Pakistan to 195 for a loss of 5. Sikandar Reza got 2 wickets, but, gave up a lot of runs. All of Sri Lankan bowling did. Zimbabwe bowling did. Still on yesterday's match. And in the end, Pakistan was able to just rip through their lineup with Usman Tariq. Yes, what a new find. A very unconventional bowling style. He's a right arm off break bowler. And he will, just a few steps to his throwing area, and he pauses there. And that pause can vary and really throws off the batter. He got himself a hat trick today in this match, and this was the fourth T20I hat trick for Pakistan at 27 years and 326 days, almost 28 years old. Usman Tariq does a great job in this one. Ended up taking 4 total wickets, if I remember correctly. Yep, yeah. So 4 overs, 18 runs. One of the overs maiden, and takes 4 wickets for an economy of 4.5. Muhammad Nawaz, I told you I was going to get to him. He's fast becoming my favorite youngish Pakistan cricketers because he does a little bit of everything, kind of like that Sikandar Reza role. He can be counted on with the bat. He can definitely be counted on with the ball. And in this one, 4 overs, 21 runs, 2 wickets, economy of 5.25, and just a really good job applying pressure. And everybody did a little bit. Naseem Shah got a wicket. Mohammad Wasim got a wicket. 4 overs, 25 runs, and a wicket. Fahim Ashraf, 3 overs and a wicket. Muhammad Nawaz, 4, and Usman Tariq, 4. In the end, at the end of the 19th over, Zimbabwe all done with a target of 196. They only muster 126 runs and all done. Pakistan dominating in this one. Pakistan climbing to the top of the table. 3 wins in 3 matches, 6 points, 2.016 strike rate. They really hurt Zimbabwe's net run rate with this one, but Zimbabwe, off of that big win from against Sri Lanka, they're sitting in second place with 2 points and a net run rate advantage of only minus 0.183, while Sri Lanka is 0-2, sitting at minus 2.679. There's a few pivotal matches, none more than Sri Lanka against Zimbabwe in this coming up. What they have to do is they have to beat Zimbabwe and then have to beat Pakistan in these last 2 matches. This coming Tuesday and this coming Thursday is going to be these 2 matches. If Sri Lanka loses to Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe is locked in for the finals against Pakistan. If they beat them and they beat them badly enough, they could possibly get up to second place, but it would have to be a massive win. So beating Sri Lanka, beating Zimbabwe is not going to be enough if they have to eke it out and then lose to Pakistan. So ultimately, Sri Lanka has two must-win matches, but they could possibly get by if they win the Zimbabwe. Yeah, I don't know what the math looks like, but they would have to just absolutely destroy Zimbabwe and then barely lose to Pakistan to even have a chance. So basically, Sri Lanka has two must-win matches, and just to get to the finals in Rawalpindi against Pakistan. So interesting cricket coming up over the next week or so in that tri series. All right, back to the Shaheens. Man, things are getting tight. So Sufyan Muqim did come in. Where are we? Right there. For his fourth over, after Saad Masood gave up those big hits. Sufyan Muqim could have had that run out. There was a big miscommunication between the batters on the first delivery from him. It was a fuller outside off delivery and to Mehrob, who drove it to short cover and sets off right away. And Rakibul Hassan, uh, you know, he's like, okay, the batter is coming. He starts running, but Mehrob sets off right then and then goes back. So because he sees the short cover field the ball, he goes back. And Rakibul Hassan was already more than halfway down. And if it had been I think this was more on Muqim. The throw came in, and Muqim it was a pretty good throw. Sufyan Muqim, rushing over, tried to collect it, was unable to collect it, and could not get them. Man, it was a golden opportunity. He did not take it, and then he gave up a couple of dot balls and then a 4 to Mehrob again to finish the over. Sufyan Muqim all done after 4 overs, 11 runs only with 3 wickets, but that out would have been really important in the 13th over because Ahmed Danial came in. Rakibul Hassan didn't do a whole lot, and Ahmed Danial gave up only 2 runs in that first over. In the 14th over, Bangladesh was 79 for 7. Shahid Aziz comes in and just gives up a absolutely gorgeous, majestic 6 to Mehrob right off the bat. Then held on only after that. He only gave up 3 more runs, but at the end of the 15th over, 9 runs given up. Bangladesh 88 for 7. At that point, the run rate was 5.86. The required run rate had climbed back after that big over against Saad Masood, when they reduced the required run rate from 8 down to 7.1. It climbed back up after the 15th over to 7.6. And Ahmed Danial came in for his second over. Mehrob scores a single, Rakibul Hassan scores a single, and then Ahmed Danial delivers a short ball that he pulls straight to deep backward square leg, and Yasir Khan takes a good catch. Ahmed Danial gets himself Mehrob's wicket. Mehrob scores 19 off of 21 deliveries with a 4 and a 6 strike rate of 90. But now, Bangladesh 90 for a loss of 8. Into the 16th over, the last delivery of the 16th over coming up, Abdul Ghaffar Saklain on strike. And now it's starting to, the required run rate is now 8.64. And the last 5 overs, Bangladesh is 37 for a loss of 1. So they really stabilize things, right? But with this 2 run, 1 wicket over from Ahmed Daniel, Pakistan really in control now. Really in control. Uh, Bangladesh needing 36 off of 24, but only 2 wickets in hand. Let's see how this shapes out. And with that, we are a little over on our time. So let's take a quick break. We're going to come back and then we're going to shine the spotlight onto the gridiron, talk about college, talk about professional football, and all the games coming up in 27 minutes. We'll be right back with more Sports Spotlight right here on Radio Azad.